Hi, if you are an absolute beginner in Power BI, then please watch this video, otherwise you can skip it. So let's get started. I'm going to create some data. So the idea is that I'm just going to create some very simple data so that we can follow it much more easily. Don't worry about how I'm creating it, but this is the way I'm actually creating some patient data for different hospitals. So we have 10 patients, we have their names, we have their hospitals. There are 3 hospitals, A, B, and C. Hospital A, Hospital B, and Hospital C. Then I have some admission dates for them, and then the discharge dates for them. Some patients don't have a discharge date because they are still in the hospital. So then we have the age of the patients. And next we have the outcome of the patients. Some of them died, some of them survived, some of them are still in the hospital, so we leave it blank. And there's some charges, the hospital charges. And that's all in this table. So we can give a name to the table. I'm calling it as facts patients. With the data already loaded in Power BI, we would see how we're going to create a chart like this. So let's get started. So to start, let's click on the reports page, and then I'm going to click on one of those charts, which is a column chart. So we want to display how many patients each hospital handled. So I'm going to drag the hospital name on the x-axis, and on the y-axis I'm dragging the patient ID, because each patient has an ID and we can simply count it, and that will give us a chart like this so that we know how many patients were handled by each hospital. So that's all you need to create a chart like this. Now let's start enhancing this chart. So on the x-axis, let's try to change the color of the hospital names. So let's say we want the hospital names to be this color. So that's done. Now what about the title? So title is at the bottom. You can see x-axis title, which is hosp name at the moment, but we can switch it off or we can switch it on. And instead of the auto, we would name a proper name like a hospital name. So it's up to you whether you want to keep it, but I don't want to keep it because we already are showing hospital A, B, and C. There's no point in repeating the same information again. So now let's go to y-axis. We can do something similar to the y-axis. We can see what we want to do. Switch off the values. No, we don't want to switch off the values. Values are important. All we can do is we will change y-axis title to be patient count and the color. That's all. We can also start showing the data labels so that we know the values, how many patients went to each hospital. We can also change the orientation of the data labels so that instead of showing horizontally, they can be shown as vertical, something like this. And we can also change the position where we want to display the data labels. We'll leave it at auto for the time being. So let's move to the next section, which is the general section. And we can change the title, which appears at the top. We can give it a more meaningful name, something like this. And if we wanted, we can also give a subtitle. We switch it on and go and change the default title to something more meaningful as well. So that seems to be good. We can stop there, and we can also create a divider. And then also give a background color to our chart. Next, we can give a visual border as well around the chart. Let's change the roundness of the corners by increasing the values, say 10 pixels or 10 points. We can simply change the size of our chart and then also the position of the chart by dragging it down to a different position. There we go. The chart looks all right, but what if we wanted to change the colors of the bar? So I'm going to change the color of the bar to this color. So all the bars are of the same color, but we could change it differently. So hospital A could be a different color, hospital B could be a different color, and hospital C could be a different color. So this is one of the ways to change the colors of the individual bars. The other option to do that was to drag the hospital names to the legend, and you will see that the legends get shown on the screen, and also each of them have different colors. That's another way of doing it. So we'll stick to one for the time being. I think we can stop it at this. We'll go into more details and talk about the fact tables and the dimensions tables in the next video. So thank you very much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.